guys have won 13 straight here against the Timberwolves. With so much turnover of teams and coaches and stuff, how does something like that happen?
Well, again, I don't even look at that against opponents, as far as I don't think you can do that. They're a totally different team now, different group. Again, I really don't pay attention to strings and all that stuff because, again, on any given night in this league, you can be beat. So we're going to approach it like, we're 0-13 against them. They're going to be coming in like they're upset from last night, I'm sure. And so I think we're going to get their best shot tonight here at home, just because they felt like they didn't play well last night and kind of gave one away. So we're expecting an intense effort from the Timberwolves tonight.
Fouls were an issue in that game in Minnesota, particularly in that third quarter. I mean, they're a team that draws a lot of fouls. You guys have committed fouls this year, I think third in the NBA. What do you guys need to do to avoid that?
Well, one thing is, Josh, in those situations, you got to do your work early. If you're a half a step late, and I thought that whole night, back-to-back, getting in late, I don't care what the excuse was, we were a half a step late on everything. Whereas beating a guy to a post position, sliding our feet, beating him to a spot, we were late, and when you do that, you're definitely going to foul. So we got to be the aggressive team, the anticipating team tonight to get to a spot, to beat him to a post-up, and that way you don't put yourself in a vulnerable situation as far as where you have to, reach or grab or whatever and be late. The fouls and also the rebounding. We gave up 15 offensive rebounds for 20 points. So that really broke our back because we had some good possessions, especially down the stretch where we got stops and didn't come up with the rebound. A couple times they turned into threes. So we got to be on point, like you said, play solid physical defense without fouling, and then rebound the basketball.
We talked about Wiggins a bit yesterday. He seems to like seeing you guys. What is it about what he's done over the last few years that allowed him to have success in this matchup?
Well, again, there's always that extra motivation of a player, whether it's going back to his hometown in a trade or his previous team in a trade or back to his hometown. So, guys always play well against their hometown teams or have a little extra, and he has extra. When he plays against us, he's almost like a different player. We got to be ready for that type of focus from him. He's already a talented player, so we got to make sure that he doesn't get a rhythm, doesn't get going. And we just got to be prepared for that type of motivated effort from him.
Jimmy Butler's he kind of started the season a little bit slower, but he's really turned it on, and he's had some big games here. Mm-hmm. What do you do?
Well, he's a great player. Again, that's the challenge of our league. You're going to have great players coming in. You got to make sure you have attention to detail. You got to know where your help is coming from with a guy like that. And, you got to make sure you make your stand early. Especially, they're a team that really posts their wings, whether it's Wiggins or Butler, and try to browbeat you to death in the paint with their wing players because they are big and long and strong, and so they're going to do that tonight. So we got to be prepared for that, and our wing players, DeMar, OG, Norm, whoever it is, has got to be prepared for taking away deep post-up position.
How much do you think Blake changes the landscape in the East?
Oh, you're adding a great player to any team is going to change the dynamics of that team, the talent level of that team. Tobias Harris was doing a great job, but Blake Griffin is he's a superstar, so to speak. So I think he'll change their team. I think add to the toughness. He'll give them interior scoring. But when you add a dynamic player like that to a team, he will change it. So good, bad, or indifferent, it will change because he's just too great of a player.
You expect Fred to be?
We'll see. He's with his fiance now, and so
daddy duties.
Doing daddy duties now. So we'll find out closer to game time.
Do you expect him to shoot the ball? Well, 18 for his last 30.
Well, from what I see in practice, I'm not surprised when he knocks him down. If Fred's an all-around, excellent player, and the fact that things he does, what he adds to the team, his basketball IQ is off the charts, even being a young player. So nothing really surprises me with him because he does everything extraordinary.